All right, quick video. So the S&P on Friday closed very ugly, low of day. Looks like if we take out 391.5, we're just definitely going lower. But to be honest, I think that is a foregone conclusion because if we look at the Russell, and I'm going to the Nasdaq, not yet, I'll get to the Russell, but just very quickly, you can see same sort of chart pattern, still haven't taken out the lows on the Nasdaq. Let's call that 279-ish. We want to close below that. I see that coming on Monday. So the S&P, we also want that close below. The Dow Jones starting to look ugly again, right? Close at low of day. I mean, all of the indices did that. We want to see a close below 33,400. Basically, we're going to get to that little support zone. The first initial support zone is starting to look much better now. The thesis, after we moved a bit higher than I thought we would. But the Russell, this is the one leading the charge down. So close low of day below these last little 179 candles. And we can see the next support zone is 174. I think they're all going to get to the next support zone. Now, Russell will get there first to the very low one, but Dow is the one with the chart pattern that's a little unique, but the others you can see, Nasdaq will go down here, 267, let's call it 268 by the time we get there, given the time elements. But yeah, you can see we're going lower, and then it's going to start looking very weak again. However, we have the Wednesday big event. I don't think it matters. I think the chart has priced everything in. That's why I always depend on charts more. I think all the news is priced in kind of regardless of what Fed comes up with. I think the 50 basis point December rate decision is priced in. It's expected. And the Fed usually delivers what the market expects. So the VIX, what would that equate to? Basically back to 26. So that's what I've been looking for anyway. It was a bit sort of bit worrying when we got here, but that's what the chart does. It shakes everyone out. It overextends on the way down and on the way up. That's why bear markets seem to shake everyone out. Also, bull markets too on the way up and on the way down. So thesis is on tap. VIX to go up, markets to go lower. Let's look at the yields. You see that 1 year, it's just grinding sideways, but I think we're going to go up. I think we're going to go up with the markets going down. So the 1 year, let's look at a 4.8 breakout and close above. The 2 year, this descending line is starting to look good. Remember when we were sort of several days ago, it sort of didn't look obvious. I had these support zones below, but that's why I drew that trend line, because I knew eventually it would start to form. Now, expect it to be resistance, but once we break out of it with the 1 year going higher and the market's going down, it's going to start looking good again. Imagine it here. So although we have that left shoulder, head, right shoulder breakdown, there's that descending line. And this shook a lot of people out. Guess how many stops there were there. So although you have the head and shoulders, you've always got the descending, and that's always the most important. 5 years, same thing, looks a little less obvious. I haven't drawn the descending, but you know what? I don't want to, because I care more about the 10-year. Do we need to? I think the shorter term bonds are going to lead the way. It's going to drag the 10s and the 30s. See here, we got the 30-year. It's, this ascending support was kind of denied a little bit, but right, let's reset the chart a little bit. The 30-year support zone was denied, but then popped back up again, But to me, this descending line is more important. But again, who cares? Watch the 1 year and the 2 year, especially the 2 year. The 2 year starts to move up. Watch all these boys at the lower end, the 10 and the 30 to move up to. The 1 is a bit special. You can kind of ignore that one a bit, but I think bias to the upside. So yields up, sideways up. I'm going to call it sideways more, because the sideways move down pattern I was talking about a few days ago, I think we're sort of that's played out now. So let's look for that little breakout up. Obviously, everything depends on Wednesday. And to be honest, I'm not playing yields. I'm not in treasuries, thank God, because they've been destroyed. I'm playing the markets. And I sold my miners that, are influenced by the general markets, that are influenced by yields and the dollar. So blah, blah, blah. Everything follows each other. That's yield. So markets down, yields sideways up. Let's check out the dollar. Dollar, same sort of thing as yield, sideways down, or wait for the breakout of the descending line and then pop up. So again, let's look for this descending line. Let's get rid of this. It's in the way. So sideways, maybe go down a little bit, whatever, sideways up with the markets going down. I'm not going to look at the currencies because everything depends on the DXY, which is basically weighted on the euro dollar, Japanese yen. Let's look at gold very quickly. Gold, whoops, who cares? Gold was very impressive, right? Made another move higher. What did I say? I said we might test the highs, but not break up out of it. It's kind of what we did. I'm surprised how high it went. Now that's with the dollar sort of being weak or sideways. But what happens when the market goes down? I think we go down again. If it goes higher, I've already discussed how this zone is pretty wide. It's pretty hard to call where the top is. I'm calling between 1840 and 1880. I don't know. That's when you zoom in on the 1 minute and it sort of creates its own top when we get there. You'd have to look at the dollar, you'd have to look at the markets. But I still think it's going to be pretty hard to break out. But you know what? It could do it. But I'm more interested in the miners, and I think the miners will go lower, even if gold goes up. Because I don't think gold will go up too much. I think the markets will go down, and the miners will follow the markets more than gold when push comes to shove. Silver did make a new high, very impressive, closed below that old high, but very impressive. Silver's been impressive for a long time, very very long time actually, since basically $18 since that massive move up. So yeah, same story as gold, even though it sort of made a more impressive penetration on the way up. Can it get all the way up to 25? I don't think so. I don't think so. If it does, what a massive sell zone this is. We'll talk about that if we get there. I just see a bit of difficulty going all the way up there. However, what we're really interested in, or at least me, and those of you who follow me, are the miners. And look, despite how good gold and silver were, the GDX and GDXJ were down over 1%. Okay, not a crazy move, but that's telling you something. Look, silver was up 1.8, basically 2%, huge up there. You'd expect the GDXJ to be up 5% or something. It's down 1.3. That's massive. So that's telling you we are overbought. We want to go down. We're looking for any excuse to go down. Look at this ascending line here, bit like the, if I take out the SPY and the Nasdaq, it kind of looks like the SPY and the Nasdaq. So, look at the Nasdaq. Maybe not the Nasdaq. Look at the SPY. We're coming down again. So, yeah, I see the miners. This is very important. The miners, both GDX and GDXJ, following the markets rather than gold and silver. That is the point of this video. And what do I think is going to happen? I think the market's going to go down. And therefore, the miners are going to come down too. And I think these charts say it all. So there you go. I'm not going to go through the portfolio. I'm not going to go through Bitcoin, even though everyone's saying it's, making a floor, because Bitcoin is very quickly, Bitcoin is not going down the markets. Yes, it's true. It's holding a standing support. It's true, but it's done that a lot through this period, where it sort of outperforms. And then when the market goes up, not that I expect the market to go up, it then goes down. And it's been hard to call. That's why I'm just zooming out and saying, you know what, Bitcoin, I don't think you're going up. It could just pop a little bit, but whatever. It's not going up until the market's done crashing, and the market's not done crashing. My whole thesis is the market is going down back to its lows, and I can't see Bitcoin going up to 24,000 when the S&P is going to go crash and visit its old lows, going down 20% from here or something, or whatever it is. So yeah, Bitcoin, just want to cover that very quickly. Yes, I realize it's outperforming, or it's not going lower with the markets recently, especially the Nasdaq. But yeah, zoom out, shake your head, and just remember, the FTX scandal we've gone through, the regulations and the fallout and the delayed fallout and all these other collateral damage that is yet to happen. So that's that out of the way. But yeah, otherwise the key is markets are going down, yields are going to go sideways up, dollar's going to go sideways up. And when I say sideways, I mean we could go down a little bit, but basically pop out of that descending line and up. But for the miners, I know you guys like the miners. You obviously notice the miners going down despite gold and silver going up. That is a huge telltale sign. The miners usually also lead the metal at some periods, and I think that's what's happening. So yeah, exhaustion in the miners. And this is a good period, for example, if you own the metals, to trim the metals and buy the miners after the move down is played out. So anyway, I'm doing it my way. I've sold a lot already of the miners. I sold here, I sold higher, and I really look forward to the way down because I've sold a lot. So I won't be buying back soon. I'm looking for a move all the way down to 33 in the GDXJ and the GDX 27. Little buy, and then a huge buy down here, and then a big bounce trade. Anyway, I'm keeping it very short. Actually, reason I haven't done enough videos recently is I've got my girlfriend's parents round, and they basically live in the same room at the moment where I do my videos. So I am still not comfortable enough just to speak to you guys in front of them staring at me. So anyway, they went out very quickly. So there's my quick recap. Good luck. I will make a video no matter what on Wednesday because Wednesday is a big day. Trade accordingly. Market down. Yields and dollar sideways up. Metals sideways down. I think they'll go down with the Fed. And then miners down. Let's see what happens. Thanks.